We got a question into Ask Gardenerd this week from Sherri M. What insects can I get to eat other insects that are attacking and eating my vegetable garden? I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and today I'm going to answer that question. I want to start by saying that everything I'm going to mention in this video today is in greater detail in my online course, Creating a Healthy Garden. It walks you through this process step by step with lots of resources that will help you get answers to your burning gardening questions. First of all, Sherri, I want to say thank you for thinking about taking the biological approach to pest control. That's the #1 goal in organic gardening, to use nature to fight nature. Now, the nature of your question is quite broad. There are a lot of different insects that could be attacking your plants, and it might not even be insects. So there are a few steps to follow to diagnose the problem first. #1, identify the damage or the insect. If you happen to be able to find the insect that is causing the damage, you can take a picture of it and use Google Lens or other apps that are out there to identify what that insect is. Sometimes in order to find the insect, you have to go out into the garden at night with a headlamp or a flashlight, and that's when you find them, because a lot of insects are nocturnal. If you can't find the insect, maybe you can identify the kind of damage that is happening. Take a picture of the leaf that is damaged and maybe upload that to Google search and do a visual image search on what kind of damage causes that. Step 2, once you've identified the damage or the insect, then it's time to find a predator for that insect. And it comes down to figuring out what that life cycle of that insect is. And that means, does a butterfly or a moth come in and lay eggs on the undersides of the leaves, or is this something that pupates in the soil over winter? Whatever that is, that information is going to be really important in order to try and figure out how to interrupt that life cycle or kill it with a predator. And step 3 is to import a predator. Now, there are a bunch of general predators like ladybugs and lacewings and tachinid flies and parasitic wasps that will come to your garden if you plant an assortment of beneficial insectary plants. Things in the umbelliferae family that make an umbrella-shaped flower, like cilantro, parsley, dill, fennel, other plants like yarrow, and pretty much a lot of things that flower will attract good bugs to the garden. And those predator insects will come in and parasitize things like aphids and mealybugs and whitefly, and in that case, that kind of thing works. But if your insect pupates in the soil, you may need to go to the soil level and deal with the soil food web by importing beneficial nematodes that target that species. We've got plenty of resources on the Gardenerd links page on our trusted resources, where you can find beneficial insects and beneficial nematodes and other things that will help you combat the bad bugs with the good bugs. But what if it's not an insect? Maybe it's rats. A lot of times people think that it's insects that are chewing their plants down to nubbins, and it might be if you have grasshoppers or other leaf hoppers that are big and come in and swarm the area. Those guys can eat plants down to sticks, but a lot of times it's rats or deer or something that requires a physical barrier in order to prevent attack. We're really big fans of physical barriers here at Gardenerd headquarters. We use floating row cover, and we use cages, and we use cloches, and all of those things help keep your plants safe during the growing season. So, Sherri, I've answered your very broad question with a pretty broad answer. I understand it's not very specific, but when we don't know exactly what the pest is, we don't know exactly how to treat it. So the first step is gaining the knowledge of what that insect is and then going from there. I hope you found this helpful and beginning your journey to find the answer to your pest control problem. For a deep dive into how to solve all of your pest control problems, join my online course, Creating a Healthy Garden. And when you're at gardenerd.com, you'll find all kinds of free information, including other videos like these, my books, and the other online course on how to plan your garden for an effective, efficient growing season. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all of the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd, and that will give you access to behind-the-scenes goodies like monthly hangouts with me and expedited answers to your burning gardening questions. Happy gardening!